When I first saw this chair, I didn't know really what I was going to be able to do with it. My cousin said, "Hey, this was your grandfather's chair. You want it?" I said, "Sure, man. I'll do what I can with it." And here we are. Welcome back. This will be the last segment of Project Chair. Here's what it turned out to look like. I really agonized over this job, I got to tell you. So we've got 3 good coats of urethane on the legs. I sprayed 3 on the arm and top rail to cover the patch, to protect the patch. We've been through all that. I brushed the rest of the chair twice with a final brushing over the top. So the top got 4 coats, the rest of it got 2. I was going to do a 3rd coat, and took it out yesterday into the sunshine, and it just looked so nice, and I was debating, do I really want to do anything more to it? So I called my wife out, and I said, "You want to come?" Because the plan was, between each coat, I scuffed it with 4/0 steel wool and then recoated it. So I called her, and I said, "Do you want to come out and have a look at this before I scuff it back up?" And she came out, and we started discussing, does it really need another coat? Now, everybody needs a wise, supportive wife. And mine is one of those. And as we discussed this, and I thought, well, maybe I should. And her advice to me, and it was such supportive advice, she said to me, and I quote, "It'll just give you one more chance to fuck it up." And I I took that to heart, and I said, we don't need to do any more. There reaches a point where you shouldn't do more. So it's time to put this thing back together. Hang tight. All right, the first part of this reassembly, and I guess this is not really reassembly, but I had this tag made with my grandfather's name on it, and I'm going to attach that to the back of the chair. So this starts putting this thing back together. These screws are almost too small for a guy with hands as stiff as mine to even pick up. So I'm going to do the best I can. I punched the holes with a brad before I ever did any refinishing. I didn't have a drill that would hold a bit small enough to do this. So now we'll get the second one started. And I hope I punched those holes deep enough to do this, because these screws do not want to cut into this oak wood. Okay, I got my holes in the right place. If I drop one of these screws, I don't think I'm ever going to find it. Ah, found it. Screw gravity. I see it. Yeah, this is going to be a joke. So let's... Tiny little screw. Can you see that? It's just ridiculously tiny. So I'll get the screw in the plate, get the screwdriver in the screw head, and then try to match it up. Oh, this is tedious. It's in. Now I can't get a grip on the screwdriver. Maybe a slightly larger size. I bought these jeweler screwdrivers to work on things like eyeglasses and stuff like that. If I strip out the head of this screw, I'm sunk. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause this video and back those out and deepen that hole a little bit. Stick with me. Okay, jeweler screwdriver didn't have what it takes. I went and got the old Stanley. So let's finish this up. Careful not to over torque. And that part of the mission is complete, and I am happy with the way that looks. Really happy with the way it looks. You can't see it, but that's nice. Okay, on to phase 2. Okay, here comes the hardware back. I was so excited to get this stuff. Again, swivelchairparts.com. They said it was fine if I gave them a shout out. Great people, gave me good advice, had exactly what I needed, and really happy with those folks. They treated me right. They really did. Now, what I did before I do this, I took this down to a local machine shop, and I had a hole drilled and threaded in that rod, because with the modifications I've made, I lost the ability to keep both sections of the chair together, like in case somebody wanted to pick it up and move it or something. And at first I thought that doesn't even matter. And then I thought, well, maybe it might. So this way, as soon as I determine what height I want on the chair, I've got a big washer that'll go underneath the leg assembly. Bolt will go through and hold the two sections together. So that's another little modification I made. I snuck toothpicks into these holes just to keep them. I surely didn't hurt it by running the screws in and taking them out when I showed you the hardware when I got it. But I just thought keep these screws nice and secure. I'm not going to torque these down until I get the other two in, because the holes up here are the adjustable holes. They're elongated. So we'll just make sure that this is all, and it isn't straight, I can see that. Now, it's straight. And we'll get that started in there. We started this project 5 weeks ago, so it has been a journey, and I am pleased. I'm beyond pleased. I honestly didn't think I was going to pull this off with any measure of success at all. The chair was just in too bad a shape. I hear that screw biting into that wood. I put washers, lock washers. I don't know whether carpenters do that or not, but click. I just didn't want it to work loose. And I'm very confident that it won't. Okay. And there's the hardware reinstalled. So we'll be right back and do the easy part. All right, I think casters will be the easy part. They should just snap right down in there. So let's give it a shot. Snap. 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 We can take this off the jig. Did its job. And set this on the floor. Pretty good angle. And now we can pick this up without breaking it. And it is reassembled. I am stoked, to say the least. That's beautiful. Okay, be right back with a few final thoughts. All right, what a job. Started this project the 15th day of April. And it has been an emotional experience up and down, and I have learned a lot. I have worried about a lot. It just, wow. I'm just kind of draining right now. I was all hyped up about this thing for all this time, and I'm happy. I couldn't be happier. I'm sure somebody else could have done a better job, but it's my job. And I did it. I want to thank my cousin Hugh for giving me the chair and trusting me to do something with it. I did it for really all of us. I did it for Dr. Tompkins. I never knew him. He died 14 years before I was born. But I've got something that belonged to him, and I hope he'll approve of what I did for him. So anyway, hey, thanks for sticking with me through all this. And give me a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do that. And this will be the end of Project Share. So appreciate it. You all have a great day. Bye-bye. This is Tom signing out.